start today by reading a verse to you. It's Habakkuk 2, verse 2, and it says, "Then the Lord answered me and said, Write the vision and make it plain on tablets, that he may run who reads it." And I think this is an important verse for parents because we don't often write things down or give our vision to our children in written format, although I have done that on occasion. Most of the time, it's something that we speak to our kids, and it's important that we make it plain, that those who hear it may run with it. And this week, I had my two youngest kiddos were having a little bit of a challenge in the way that they were communicating with one another. And I had to make it very plain for them what my expectations were, because at the Classen house, it is not okay for brothers and sisters, sisters and sisters, whatever the case may be, to bicker with one another. Because that's just not the way that we do it at our house. And so my younger ones were needing me to remind them of this and to make it plain. And so I talked to them both. I reestablished the expectation in our household and how it was important to communicate with one another. And then I also made plain for them the consequences if they bickered anymore. And I even had to make it like, okay, if either one of you bicker, because I don't want to bicker about who bickered first. I don't know, if you're a mother or a father, you know what I'm talking about. And I'm like, if there's any bickering, both of you are going to need to be in your bed for an hour. It is completely fine if you bring a book. I want you to be occupied. Bring a game if you want to, but you're going to need to be in your bed for 1 hour, because I feel like it's super, super critical that you hear and understand. And so I made it plain for them. I'm like, you both understand. Okay, if either one of you bicker at the other, or unkind words, everybody's clear on this. And it was a couple of days with a couple of hours of time in bed, but then I tell you what, the rest of the week has been peaceful between the two of them. And I feel like as parents, it's, you know, we can say don't bicker, don't bicker, don't bicker, don't bicker, again and again and again, but if we would just take the time to make it plain so that they could run with it well, I think that we would be doing our kiddos and ourselves a service, because I don't know about you, but being on repeater, reminder, you know, again and again and again, every single time I remind, it feels more and more frustrating. So I just, you know, as we are tending and keeping our homes and helping our children tend and keep the way they speak to one another, the way they act towards each other, as parents, we get to set those parameters. Our kids do not get to set those parameters. And at our house, my husband has a saying that even though something is common does not make it normal. And even though it's common for siblings to bicker or argue, it is 100% not normal. So I just encourage you to look at those areas that maybe have become a frustration or something that you find yourself saying again and again and again, that the Lord just wants you to begin to write the vision or speak the vision and make it plain on tablets, that he may run who reads it, so that our children can flourish under our instruction. And as parents, hey, we flourish as well.